Hello everyone, and welcome to my ASMR Ghost Stories channel. If you enjoy ghost stories or paranormal or things of the mysterious nature, all told in either soft spoken or whispered, then you've come to the right channel. I do upload twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays, so hit that subscription button as well as the notification bell and the like button so I do know that you are enjoying these types of videos. So go ahead and grab your headphones so you can get the full ASMR experience. So let's dive right in. 16 signs you are being visited by a spirit or ghost. Everyone finds the idea of being visited by a spirit terrifying. Are they trying to warn you or scare you? Here are 16 signs of ghosts in your home. Do you ever wonder if you are being visited by a spirit? Do you have a feeling that there are spirits in your home? Are you curious if a loved one may be trying to connect? Before we launch into the common signs that a spirit energy is near, it's important to understand the types of energy we may encounter. These include ghosts, spirits, angels, demons, fairies, residuals, and elementals. Ghosts are typically identified as spirits that have not crossed over, whereas spirits are often used to classify those who have crossed over into the light. There are some key differences between encountering a ghost and a spirit. Usually, spirits make you feel calm, comforted, and reassured. They often appear in dreams, or you may see them as an apparition. Either way, the feeling surrounding a spirit is often calm. And here's something by Stephen King. It says, "Monsters are real and ghosts are too. They live inside us and sometimes they win." Thank you, Stephen King, for haunting my dreams. Ghosts, on the other hand, often leave you with an eerie feeling and can at times make you uncomfortable. They can appear as an apparition, shadow, orbs, or ectoplasm mist. They may also be attached to an object or living person. When spirits visit you, so here are 16 signs, and I'll delve into them and then go back and just reiterate the 16 signs. So number 1, unexplained noises. Hearing sounds such as footsteps, knocking, banging, scratching, or the sound of something being dropped. Usually, these sounds can start off subtle and get louder. 2. Opening doors, cupboards. Any doors, cupboards, or they put drawers, but it's drawers in this article. It's kind of funny. So any doors, cupboards, or drawers that seem to open on their own without rational explanation. Number 3, lights switching on and off. Having lights switching on and off which are not caused by a rational explanation or new light bulbs that seem to blow out too quickly. 4. Electronics switching on and off. Having items such as TVs or radios switching on and off, changing channels, moving to static, or increasing in volume without any rational explanation. Also, hearing a favorite song from a loved one who has crossed over. I have to stop there for a moment because this kind of thing happens to me quite a bit. And one of the things that happens to me quite a bit are numbers, such as my best friend died when I was 9 years old, and she died on March 21st, 321 or 321. Throughout my entire life, and it's several times a week, I'll either look at the clock at the exact moment of 321, I'll wake up and see the clock at 321, I'll turn on the radio and it's 321. I just always happen to glance up and I see it, and I always thank her for coming to say hi, because to me, it happened years ago, but it was devastating and it stayed with me my entire life, so it's almost like a comforting thing. And one more thing to kind of piggyback on that too is about, I want to say 2 weeks before she died, I think, we were talking on the phone, and we used to play music over the phone, and this is something that we did, and she played a Tina Turner song, and it was not well known, and I had never heard it before, but I'll never forget it. And I was talking about her, my friend, I don't know, maybe a few months ago, and I was talking about that Tina Turner song, and wouldn't you know it, that same day, turn on the radio, and I had Sirius XM radio, and I turn on the radio, and sure enough, it's that Tina Turner song playing. It's I think it's called I Can't Hear the Rain, or something like that, and I was shocked. So it was kind of like her coming back and saying, hey, I'm still here. So, because forever in my mind, she'll be, a little kid, and I was a little kid, and it's been almost 40 years ago. So, I just told you how old I was, basically. Anyway, let's see, where was I? Oh, back to the article. Number 5, disappearing items. An everyday object is suddenly missing from its usual spot, only to see it reappear back a few days later. Number 6, item of a loved one. Randomly finding an object from a loved one who has crossed over. Number 7, shadows. Seeing unexplained shadows in the corner of your eyes. It should say out of the corner of your eyes, like you think you see something and you look and it's not there, but you know in your peripheral vision that you did see something. That happens to me all the time. Pretty much everything I've read so far has happened to me. And number 8, the feeling of being watched. This may be an overall feeling or specific to only one area of the house. Typically, this feeling can be eerie, however, it doesn't necessarily mean the presence itself is eerie. Number 9, hot and cold spots. Experiencing huge fluctuations in temperature in particular areas of your home. Number 10, the feeling of being touched. Feeling a hand or something brush past, or a poke, push, or nudge. Sometimes if the energy is negative, there can also be unexplained scratches. Number 11, unexplained smells. Fragrances that are not associated with anything in your home, or a foul-smelling odor. This is usually from a negative presence. Now, I haven't experienced any negative or foul-smelling odors, thank goodness. But the two things that I always smell, and it's just so random, is my grandparents. My grandmother wore a specific old woman perfume, and I smell it. And she's been gone now 20 plus years, and I've probably smelled it maybe 5 or 6 times. But my grandfather, who smoked a pipe, I can smell his, he either did cherry or he did vanilla. Oh my gosh, the smell is amazing. Now, I don't like, the smell of the smoke part, but when I was little, he'd say, go get my pouch and go pick a pipe, because he had like a set of about 8 pipes. So I go pick one and get him the pouch, get him the lighter, and I'd sit on his lap and just watch him prepare his pipe. The smell, like when the bag opened, that smell, because he had it in a leather case. I think it was like leather, and it just had the smell of that leather as well as the tobacco. Oh my gosh, it smelled so sweet and fragrant, and it was a happy smell, And then he would pack the pipe and punch I don't know how to say it, like a mortar and pestle almost. I don't know, he's like kind of punching it down with, I think he used his thumb, I think. But I'd sit on his lap and I kept smelling and smelling and smelling. I was like, I loved it. And then he'd put the pipe in his mouth and do the lighter and go pop, 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 pop. And that whole pop, 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 I was like, oh, I love that smell. And then I'd hop off his lap and go do my thing. But I loved the smell of pipe. Oh my gosh. And so over the years since, he passed, I smell it quite a bit, like maybe several times a year. So yes, I believe in the unexplained smells. 12. Cries, whispers, or voices. Hearing soft chatter, cries, whispers, or even music from an unknown source, usually coming from one particular area of the house. And if you haven't watched it yet, I do have my own personal ghost story in one of my early videos. Watch it. We have a lot of stories, and every single one that I've read on this I've experienced. Now, the next one I have not seen, but it's levitating objects, number 13. Very rare, but includes objects sliding off shelves, things flying off the walls, or furniture moving. This is often indicative of a ghost or negative energy. If I sat long enough and really thought hard, I might remember, but as on the top of my head, I don't think I've ever experienced, when I was a kid in my home that definitely had something going on, I was sitting in my room and my shoes were right beside each other, and I was sitting listening to music, I guess looking at a magazine, something, but I was sitting on the floor on the foot of my bed, and my shoes, one just rolled over, just kind of went from, and I was on the sole was touching the floor, it rolled over until the sole again was touching the floor, like it did a complete circle, and I was like, I'm out of here. So does that count? Let me know. Number 14, apparitions. Seeing a human form apparition or entity. This can either be misty, transparent, or solid. You may also see brightly colored orbs. Blue orbs are often spirits, and white orbs are often angels. I didn't know that, but I like it. Number 15, objects at your feet. Seeing coins, stones, or feathers at your feet are often sent by a loved one or spirit. I really haven't had that, but I know a family friend, her spouse died 10 years ago, and they've never before did they ever find pennies, but they find pennies all the time in weird places. They were extremely close. They had been together, I think, since high school, and when he passed, he was in his 70s. So, yeah, I think that they do that. Number 16, animal sensitivity. Your animal reacts to a particular area of your home or seems to react to something you cannot see. It is important to understand that typically not all bumps in the night are caused by an actual spirit or ghost. In fact, most of the time, these types of noises can be attributed to residuals. Residuals are basically an imprint of energy that seems to be caught on a continuous loop and is playing out over and over again. Residual energy is usually easily cleared with sage and with other smudging rituals, incense, and crystals. As for ghosts and spirits, intuitively we can often tell which one is paying us a visit by the way the experiences makes us feel. Usually ghosts are attached to a particular object or home, whereas spirits will come and go when they have messages they need to deliver. If you are experiencing paranormal activity in your home, take a moment to observe what type of energy you feel you're dealing with. If it is a spirit or a loved one, stay open to their messages, and if it's a ghost, set a firm boundary to ensure you can live in your home comfortably. So once again, I'm going to go through the list and check off ones that you've experienced and then put them in the comments below. I'm curious as to your experience as well. So there are unexplained noises, so you're hearing sounds such as footsteps, knocking, banging, etc. Opening doors and cupboards. Doors, cupboards, or drawers. Still cracks me up. That seem to open on their own without rational explanation. Lights switching on and off. Having lights switching on and off which are not caused by a rational explanation. Electronics switching on and off. TVs or radios switching on and off or increasing in volume without any rational explanation. Shadows, seeing unexplained shadows in the corner of your eye. The feeling of being watched, an eerie feeling of a presence in your house. The feeling of being touched, feeling a hand or something brush past. A poke, a push, a nudge. Yeah, I don't like that one. Hot and cold spots. Don't forget that one. And that's just inflections of the temperature. Smells. There's cries, whispers, and voices. Levitating objects. Apparitions. Objects at your feet, and animal sensitivity. I do have to go back on the lights switching on and off. My husband and I traveled up to the Northeast last year. We were staying in a bed and breakfast, and we were standing by the door because we turn off all the lights when we leave our room. And when we came back one time, the lights were all on. I was like, oh, I guess they must have serviced the room, which looking around they had not. But we were standing at the door about to leave. I know I was looking for the key or something, and the bathroom light just turned on right beside us, and we both looked at each other. I was like, I wonder what that was. And we turned it off, and we're like, we come in peace. We're not here to harm. But I just think it's interesting. So those were 16 instances. I'm sure that there are more. What have you experienced? If you want to share your story, experience, send me an email. It's in the description box below. Or you can comment something that's happened to you. And if you would like it read, I will read it either in a short or I'd like to get some things together for a live streaming video here soon. So comment, send me any of your experiences, or if you have a story of your own, or your town is maybe known for a specific crazy unexplained story, send it to me. For one, I love doing research, but I'd love to read it on one of the future broadcasts on my channel. So thank you all for watching. Hit that subscribe button, it really does help, and the like and notification bell. I do upload on Mondays and Thursdays, and so until then, stay a little scared.